Coming to you from Annapolis, Maryland, home of the U.S. Naval Academy, the sailing capital of the world, home of the world's largest crab feast, and 4 signers of the Declaration of Independence. This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, a daily roundup of local news that you can use, including local sports, local events, local opinion, and local weather from DMV Weather. Now here's your host, publisher of Eye on Annapolis, John Frenaye.
Good morning. It's Thursday, August 23rd, 2018. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Got a little bit of an update from HACA, or the Housing Authority for the City of Annapolis. On Tuesday evening, the Caucus of African American Leaders and the city officials toured a couple of units in the NEWTOWNE 20 housing development. Joining them were Penrose Homes, which is a development partner scheduled to raise and rebuild the community by late 2020. However, most residents do remain skeptical. They told tales of non-working heat, non-working hot water, mold, sewage that backs up into the sinks, and bat infestations. Mayor Gavin Buckley and House Speaker Michael Bush were on hand, and Bush said that he is going to focus his efforts toward getting the state and federal money dedicated to the redevelopment effort. HACA and Penrose have applied for low-income housing tax credits to finance the project, but that's a very competitive situation. Out of the 44 applications to the state, only 1/3 to 1/2 will receive the credits. And HACA CEO Beverly Wilborn has petitioned local governments, Annapolis and Anne Arundel County, for help to find funding. If Speaker Bush is looking for money, if HACA is applying for money and begging for money, it doesn't seem like this project will be done by 2020. The meeting also toured 2 recently vacated and some question renovated units, which had been recently painted in preparation for a new resident to move in. But several residents in the room actually challenged those to come look at their homes after the meeting. One resident stood up with much support of her neighbors, claiming that she can't take a bath because water leaks onto her refrigerator. HACA does have some problems. NEWTOWNE 20 does need to be redeveloped, but it seems to me that they need to have a little bit more of a plan other than begging for money for the next few years and hoping for the best. Officials from the Centers for Disease Control have released some data that's causing a lot of concern. Statistics are showing that the number of drug overdose deaths across the United States reached a record high in 2017. That's not surprising. Maryland was in the top 5, which is surprising. Health officials say that the reason that there's an upswing has a lot to do with the amount of fentanyl that's being abused across the country, a substance that is 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine. To Governor Hogan and all the local leaders, when you consider the size of Maryland and the population of Maryland as it relates to some of the larger states, Texas, Florida, New York, California, Illinois, Virginia, and North Carolina, why is Maryland disproportionately high? Austin Johnson of Brooklyn Park was charged with hate crimes in an attack on 2 transgendered people in a parking lot up in Brooklyn. Police say that on Tuesday he wielded a pocket knife at 2 people who were walking near a strip mall off Ritchie Highway in Brooklyn, and they charged him with assaulting the people on the basis of their gender identity, as well as 2 counts each of first-degree assault, second-degree assault, and reckless endangerment. That incident was likely the second assault on a transgendered person in the county this year. Anne Arundel County Police spokesman Mark Lemansky said that earlier this month, police were called after a man grew angry and threatened a victim who had been his significant other, but is transitioning from female to male. We all know that taking a gun on a plane is stupid. Being an off-duty cop and taking a gun on a plane is even stupider. A Maryland Transportation Authority policeman has been suspended pending the results of a trial after he allegedly attempted to board a plane with his gun when he was unauthorized to do so. Sergeant Christopher Lamb was charged with interfering with security procedures at BWI when he boarded a Southwest Airlines flight in April of this year. According to MDTA spokesman Corporal Edward Bartlinski, officers are sometimes assigned to work at BWI, but Lamb was there on personal business. Police are allowed to fly with their weapons if they follow certain procedures, but Lamb did not obtain the necessary documentation, and according to Bartlinski, he went around security without the proper credential in order to carry his weapon on the flight. And Lamb's trial is scheduled for August 30th in Glen Burnie. The TSA has seized 19 firearms so far this year at BWI, making it one of the busiest summers in TSA history. That is about it for the top news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we do update it throughout the day. Also, you want to make sure you check out the Maryland Crabs podcast today at noon. We've got an incredible episode. It's very deep. It's all about the HPV vaccine and some shenanigans that may be going on between the Maryland Department of Health, the Maryland Department of Education, and your children. Of course, it is Thursday. We've got Trevor with your Maker Minutes, and that's all coming up right after George Young with your local DMV weather forecast.
Here's to the teacher who spends her weekend helping children who need a little extra attention. To the soldier who missed the birth of his baby while serving overseas. To the EMT working full-time and taking night classes. To the police officers and firefighters working long hours away from their families to keep our families safe. Here's to you, our hometown heroes. I'm Alan Hyatt, Chairman and President of Severn Bank, and we know there are many heroes among us. Men and women who serve without expecting anything in return. Which is why we're honored to offer our Hometown Heroes program to educators, law enforcement officers, firefighters, first responders, healthcare workers, and military personnel. Whether you're opening a checking account or buying a new home, we're here to give back to you. Learn more about our Hometown Heroes program at severnbank.com. Severn Bank, here with you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Maryland. The weather can be nearly unpredictable. We've got George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis to sort it all out.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, August 23rd. If you're into sunshine, relatively low humidity, and temps in the upper 70s or lower 80s, then today through Saturday might just be your 3 favorite days of the summer. Today, max sun and highs 77 to 82. Tomorrow, more max sun and highs 80 to 85. And Saturday, day 3 of max sun and temps again 80 to 85 for highs. Beyond that, skies will likely stay very sunny and rain-free Sunday into early next week, though temps will warm into the upper 80s to near 90 as high pressure slides to our south and east. So keep the bathing suits ready and the sunblock handy and get out as much as you can over the next several days as sweet summertime conditions make the DMV region and surrounding mountains to the west and beaches to the east the place to be. Okay, that's it for today. Be sure to get our free weather app by searching the Apple App Store or Google Play Store for DC MDVA weather. And also be sure to follow us on our website at dmvweather.com or on Facebook or Twitter so you can always stay weather informed. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there, but remember, whatever the weather outside, have fun and be safe.
September 29th, the inaugural Twist and Stout Festival at Quiet Waters Park along the shores of the South River. Twist and Stout, a Maryland wine, craft beer, music, food, and arts festival, presented by the Anne Arundel County Department of Recreation and Parks, along with the Maryland Wineries Association. Sample dozens of craft beers and Maryland wines, dance the afternoon away to the sounds of Saved by Zero and the Groove Spot Band. Watch the plein air painters and shop dozens of artisans, crafters, and food trucks. Tickets are on sale now at twistandstout.org. TWISTANDSTOUT.org. September 29th, Twist and Stout at Quiet Waters Park, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tickets at twistandstout.org.
This is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. A number of county fairs have already kicked off, and some of them have finished, and we have a few more to go. But starting today, the Maryland State Fair kicks off and runs all next week. And again, if you wonder why I'm bothering to mention county fairs and such, the county fairs and state fair aren't just about deep-fried Oreos and carnival rides. They also feature arts and crafts, and a lot of interesting things in the area of agriculture in our community. There's really a lot to be learned if you check out some of the exhibits that don't involve cotton candy. Sunday at the Anne Marie Sculpture Garden in Solomons is Insectival, featuring an insect show and tell, museum of live curiosities, mosquito mysteries, everything you wanted to know about mosquitoes, insect make and takes, buggy bingo parlor, pollinator pretend play, and insect I Spy. It'll be a good day for a field trip down to Solomons. Starting Monday and running all next week, in Crisfield is the 71st National Hard Crab Derby. They'll have a Miss Crustacean pageant, crab cooking contest, 10K race and walk, a concert on Saturday, boat docking competition, and fireworks. Tomorrow at the Duval Event Center in Bowie, GEMS, Girls Excelling in Math and Science, has their Family STEM Night. Fun STEM challenges for the family using Legos, Connects, games, arts and crafts, and more. Tuesday, also in Bowie, at the South Bowie Branch Library, the PG County Alumni Chapter of the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority have their STEM for families. All next week at the Greenbelt Makerspace is their Minecraft Summer Camp. Tuesday at Annapolis Makerspace is our monthly meeting and general open house, where you can come out and check out the space and also meet a bunch of our members. Also remember that Mondays are Woodworking Night at Annapolis Makerspace, and you can catch me tonight and every Thursday night at Annapolis Makerspace for Electronics Night. I'll be posting links to these events on the Annapolis Makerspace website at makeannapolis.org sometime today. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Thanks for listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. If you like what you heard, make sure to tell your friends and colleagues about it. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find much more. Be sure to check out our other weekly podcast, The Maryland Crabs. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.